Hey guys, this is Blake with the Three Hand Hunter channel. I want to thank you for joining me today. And I did the unthinkable. It's a very cringy thing that may or may not have happened to you. I actually dropped my watch. I didn't drop it on the grass. I didn't drop it on carpet. I dropped it on my tile floors. And as you can see in this recreation at my wife's desk, not my desk, I actually dropped it when I was putting it on the NATO strap. And fortunately the watch works. So I need to ask you, have you ever dropped an automatic watch and has it stopped working? Because I've dropped two in my 20 plus odd year journey of collecting watches and being an enthusiast. I've not had one that's actually broken. And there's so many little pieces and parts inside of a watch that I feel very fortunate that that did not happen. But something did happen to this watch. But before I get into that, let me share with you a little bit about the watch itself. This is the Seiko Turtle SRP787 and probably one of my favorite color configurations. I've owned Seiko Turtle reissues before. This is not my first. I bought this one already modded out. The reason why I loved it so much is because, well, there's so many reasons. Let me just talk a little bit about the reasons why. I love the Batman color scheme. I love it. This one has an upgraded lume ceramic bezel insert from LCBI, which unfortunately, at least right now, are not available any longer. And I hope that changes. But this watch also has an upgraded sapphire crystal that I did not do myself. Also, you can see the bezel, the coin edge bezel. This is a Namoki Mods bezel. And it gives it a little bit lower profile than your average turtle. So if you match it up with another turtle, you'll notice that this wears a little flatter to the wrist. It doesn't wear as proud because of this upgrade. My friend Andrew, he's got probably 6 or 7 Seiko turtles, a king turtle, and my opinion is this wears a lot smaller because of that sloped bezel. Now, a while back, I had bought this bezel, upgraded bezel from, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, I believe it's DLW that I bought this one from. And I had this Pepsi ceramic bezel insert, which I'll talk about here in a second, okay? Other things I love about the watch, how it wears. This is for the Seiko, let's just talk about the Turtle. This is a 45, right here, 45 millimeter case diameter, okay? The lug to lug is 47 and change, right? So it wears really well on my 7¼ inch wrist. It's like 14 millimeters thick, which you would think with, you got a dive watch, that's pretty common, right? 22 millimeter lug width, and it wears really well. Today I'm wearing a Seiko Sumo or Blumo, which I've done a video on, by the way, but the lug to lug distance here is 51 millimeters, where this is only 47. So it wears really stout, and because of the cushion case, let me just show you focus a little bit here on the cushion case. Because of the shape on the underside of the case, it wears so comfortable with the 4 o'clock crown. Pretty much one of my most comfortable watches that I have. All right, and I think everybody that owns a Seiko Turtle will probably tell you the same thing. It's really one of the most comfortable watches, especially for a big watch. So if you're looking to make a statement, but make it in comfort, these little cushion case watches are great. Now let's talk about this particular watch. So when I dropped the watch, you'll notice on the bezel is now dinged, and I'm gonna flash it into the light here so you can see right at the top here, you can see that ding, and notice how the crystal is cracked. So the question is, and this is something that I've noticed over the last couple of months since I dropped it, I'm not wearing it as much as I used to. And I don't know if it's because I've owned this for so long that I'm not wearing it as often, or is it because my watch OCD? Now, I'd like to believe I don't have OCD as a person, but as a watch enthusiast, I think I do, you know, because I sit there and I look at that ding and I'm like, you know, I put it on, wear it for a little while, and then I'll take it off, put another watch on. But I'm wondering, is that the reason why? And what would you guys do in this situation? Would you replace? You know, let's actually show you what it would look like with a Pepsi insert. And I'd have to change the bezel because the bezel is dented. And so the crystal, this loom ceramic or this ceramic bezel insert will not fit into the Nomoki Mods bezel because it's dinged. And so it's just not going to fit in there. I mean, I could try it, but I doubt it is. So if it was an aluminum insert, it would be different. And I don't mind if it patinas a little bit, it gets a little bit of a crack, but this is actually cracked ceramic. So one of the other things I failed to mention about this watch in particular, and let me put it on my wrist really fast, that I really, really love is it is lined up. You can see the chapter ring, the Seiko is lined up perfectly. I mean, the chapter ring and the dial. So when you have a Seiko that's lined up, it's like, you got to keep it, right? I mean, if you're a Seiko fan, which I am, you'll know that if you got one that's lined up great, you want to hang on to it. Also, this is my only watch with the Roman numeral date wheel, which you can see this is Sunday. How cool is that? And the Roman numerals on it are really cool. But I'm going to give you another piece of advice. When you're putting on a watch on a NATO strap, do it over your desk or do it over your lap, but never over your knee. So putting this on my wrist just so you guys can see it, you know, it wears so comfortable. This is, like I said, probably one of my most comfortable watches, even with the 7¼ inch wrist. And I know people that have smaller wrists and wear turtles and they love them because of the comfort. But I guess my question to you guys would be, and if you could leave them in the comments, I'd appreciate it, because what would you do in this situation? What would you do with this particular watch? I'm on the fence. I haven't done anything, and I think I'm gonna stay on the fence for a little bit longer, but that's my question to you guys. And I wanna say, if you've made it this far, let me introduce myself. My name is Blake. I'm a bit of a watchaholic, and I think if you made it this far, you might be one too. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you did, if you liked it. And like I said, if you have any opinions, please give them to me in the comment section. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for spending your time with me. I'll see you in the next video.